Welcome back. Since the 1970s, people came together across the world to take a stand and say no to sexual assault. Women and men from Humber College joined in solidarity to stand up for those who experience sexual violence. Sydney Walcott has the details.
Students from all of Humber's campuses, including Guelph Humber, joined together in solidarity to fight against sexual assault in their 4th annual Take Back the Night March. Take Back the Night, which started in the 1970s, is an international and non-profit organization with the goal of putting an end to sexual violence. Before the start of the march, a community resource fair was held in the new Barrett Center for Teaching and Innovation, featuring community agencies who support those impacted by sexual violence. Mackenzie Bors, a Guelph Humber student who's a part of the Consent Peer Education Program, describes the march as an important event in raising awareness.
I think Take Back the Night is a very important event for everyone to come together and sort of speak up against sexual violence because it's a very stigmatized topic.
That we show students that we support them in gender-based violence and that Humber is here and we're out supporting and we're here to show that we're going to take back the night.
The march began outside of the Barrett Center for Teaching and Innovation, and the students marched around the campus and finished at the LRC building. The takeaway from this event is to march for women's rights and to say no to sexual assault. Sydney Walcott, Humber News.
There has been a rapid increase in the number of international students in Canada over the last 4 years. It's because of immigration changes that make it easier for students to claim permanent residency. But life is not always easy for international students, and Zainab Zaman reports Humber College is finding innovative ways to help.
It's not just job hunting and housing that is causing stress for Humber international students at the start of the semester. High tuition fees are the main concern for most. International student Diksha Rai is originally from India. She spent her first 2 years in Canada juggling school and work in order to pay for tuition.
I'm working part-time. I'm working in the trucking school and it's hard to go to the job, then came for your classes, then pay the rents and part of your fees is expenses and it's really hard.
Diksha is not the only student who is worried. The International Center has been flooded with concerned faces looking for answers.
We are international students and we are not working, so we dependent on our parents. Living in Canada, it's expensive for an international student because you have to pay rent, expenses, healthcare, and all other stuff.
Although international tuition fees are 3 times higher than domestic fees, students do not need to face the challenges of living in Canada alone.
We offer a number of workshops at Humber. We have Finding Your First Job in Canada. We have social insurance number workshops. We have how to write resume workshops. And we have hours again for the student advisors who are available all the time doing walk-ins to help support students.
Associate Director Kim Smith says students from other countries are only allowed to work 20 hours a week to help pay for their tuition. But she encourages them to do their research and be prepared before coming to Canada. So although workshops may be a helpful tool for these new students coming to Canada, the stress of high tuition fees does not seem to be going away for them anytime soon. I'm Zainab Zaman for Humber News.
Turning now to sports, the battle for the Humber Cup is underway at the North Campus, and Humber soccer is heating up. The NBA is testing yet another new rule in the G League. More on the stories, here's Sydney Walcott.
Thanks, Madison. The 2019 Men's Humber Cup is on its way at the Humber North Campus with the championship game scheduled for September 29th at 4 p.m. The tournament will consist of 10 teams from U Sports and CCAA, all competing for the pride and glory for one of the most competitive volleyball tournaments. Humber soccer continues to dominate the OCAA. Both the men's and women's team roll past Ridemeter and prove they are still the teams to beat. With the men's team coming off a CCAA title last season, they are looking to repeat and get Humber their 8th soccer title. The men's team continue their stellar play and remain undefeated this season after their last match. The women's team made 4 straight wins, bouncing back from a rough start to the 2019 season. Both teams won 4-0 and look to assert their dominance against rivals Sheridan Bruins on October 2nd. The NBA is experimenting a new rule in the G League once again. The minor league has been testing ground of new rules for the NBA, with the most recent one being coach challenges, which made it to the big leagues. This time, instead of 2 or 3 free throws after shooting foul, players are only awarded 1 free throw. They hope this will speed up the pace of games, taking away an average of 6 to 8 minutes of gameplay, pushing games just under 2 hours. The rule wouldn't affect the last 2 minutes of regulation and overtime, in which the traditional system would kick back in. The NBA will be looking at the results at the end of the G League season and decide whether or not to proceed with the idea. That's your sports update. Here's Ashley Radcliffe with your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Madison. It is a bright and sunny day today with a few clouds peeking in. We are expecting it to warm up this weekend, which will be just in time for you to make your way down to the Ontario Centre, which will have free admission on Saturday and Sunday. Back to the weather today. Environment Canada says today is going to be mainly sunny with a few clouds coming in this afternoon. Temperatures will reach a high of 22 degrees today and drop down to 18 with a risk of thunderstorms throughout the night and into Saturday morning. Although there is a chance of thunderstorms on Saturday, the temperatures will increase to a high of 24 degrees with a humidex of 29. On Sunday, that fall weather will creep in with temperatures dropping to 14 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day. And once again, a 60% chance of showers in the night. Enjoy this great weather while we still have it. Back to you, Madison.
Thanks, Ashley. New technology is making lives easier for busy Humber students as they are settling in for their first semester back. I took to the halls to see what's new. Need some Advil? There's an app for that. It looks like it's not just soda and chips and vending machines on campus anymore. Students can now order their prescription using SpotRx Pharmacy. Your student in web design and interactive media, Ephraim Wallow, scans his prescription and speaks with a pharmacist to confirm that the prescription is available. This machine, found on the second floor of the LRC, allows users to order items like Hall's Advil and other over-the-counter items in as little as 90 seconds. For prescribed medicine, the machine scans the user's prescription while calling a pharmacist to assist during the transaction. Second-year web design student Ephraim Wallow finds the machines convenient.
I actually like it. It's nice, quick, and it's in a place that's like very secluded, so you can have some privacy.
SpotRx is not the only new automated service added to the campus over the summer. The college has developed an app, Campus Compass, that gives newcomers directions around Humber's maze of winding staircases and dead-end hallways. The app provides live updates including alternate routes in case an elevator is shut down or a staircase is closed off. Humber's media relations specialist, Nadia Rougeau, says the app is part of their commitment to using less paper and printed maps.
As part of the sustainability, we want to make sure that we're being sustainable with printing maps. And also, the app is something that we're moving forward in technology, and something that is also part of our campus-wide plan is to use technology and innovation to make working and studying easier for students.
Forget waiting 20 minutes for your coffee. The latest gadget gets students in and out within 5 minutes. With the help of the new Tim Hortons kiosk, students can stress less about long lines and missing valuable class time. Business administration student Thomas Wong says the kiosks are very convenient. He feels it is much easier than waiting in long lines and being late to class, or feeling tired after a class and having to wait.
When I step on the Tim Hortons, I always see there's a really long line, and I feel exhausted and of course very tired when I have to wait until my time to order the food. So I feel that Tim Hortons have the kiosks right there is completely really convenient for us.
So grab your coffee, fill your prescription, and let your phone lead you to Jeanette. Humber's got your back. That's all for today. I'm Madison Ray. Humber News is written and produced by students in the Journalism Postgrad program. We'll see you next time.